Here's the health to the fishermen who plough the lonely sea and battle with the ocean when it's in their blood to be. Dear the fruitful bounty of the blind and savage foam, they are the last of the hunters and they're proudly sailing home. Away to the fishing ground against a flooding tide, the hunters of the wild, now the last in our time. Through living gale and storm, sail the coastal sea they roam. They're the heart of every harbour when the boats come sailing home.
Welcome to the Fishing News Awards 2021, which shines a spotlight on the achievements, innovations and successes of the commercial fishing industries of the UK and Ireland in 2020. Conscious of the importance of giving the industry some respite from the continuing challenges, and wanting to recognise and celebrate the many and varied achievements of fishermen throughout the UK and Ireland over the past difficult year, Fishing News is proud to be hosting these awards and thanks all those who have helped to make them possible. In all, we have 15 categories for the 2021 Fishing News Awards. As in previous years, we have individual awards for commitment and expertise in particular types of fishing, demersal and shellfish. We also have two new categories: Under 10 Metre Fisherman of the Year, which will be awarded to a UK or Ireland-based fisherman who has made a clear commitment to under 10 metre fishing in 2020, and Product of the Year, which will be awarded to an innovative and exciting new product that has brought demonstrable benefit to the industry. There are also categories for excellence at the equally important other ends of the commercial fishing chain, including fresh fish retailers, fish processors, and other shore-based services. The new Boat of the Year category is subdivided into three sections for demersal, pelagic, and shellfish vessels, with the builders of each winning boat also being recognised. We will select a Trainee of the Year, Young Fisherman of the Year, Port of the Year, and finally a Lifetime Achievement Award, given to someone who has proved to be a true champion of the fishing industry. Without further ado, let's move on to the awards themselves. The first awards of the evening are the individual fisherman categories. The nominees for these awards have all shown skills, determination, leadership ability and adaptability to changes in today's industry. To start us off, our first category is the Demersal Fisherman of the Year. The shortlisted nominees are Richard Fowler and Ryan Wiseman. In an incredibly tightly contested category, the winner of Demersal Fisherman of the Year award goes to Richard Fowler. Richard's love of the sea began when he was 10, with hours of boating, fishing, making lobster gear and learning from the locals. He now lives in Brixham, and during his fishing career he has owned 3 boats. These days, Richard spends time ashore making and repairing gear for the local fleet, as well as helping with the ever-increasing health and safety side of the industry. He's also been a volunteer crew member of Torby Lifeboat for 27 years. The next category is Shellfish Fisherman of the Year. Let's take a look at the shortlisted finalists. Chris and Mike Harvey, Callum Vaughan, and Stuart Pearson. And the award goes to brothers Chris and Mike Harvey. Chris and Mike Harvey have been fishing ever since they left school. Their 9-metre catamaran Predator L1556, built by their father in 2004, is a proven workhorse. Both qualified skippers, the Harvey brothers are a long-standing team who have learned to anticipate each other's thoughts and moves. They sell most of their catch of crabs and lobsters to Portsmouth-based Vivia's UK, and the rest to their family business Potters, a beachside cafe run by their sister Catherine, their mother Tricia, and Chris's wife Sammy, where the catch is prepared for local sale. Next up, we have the first of our new categories, with the Under 10 Metre Fisherman of the Year. The shortlisted nominees are Tom Russell and Tristan Northway. After tightly contested competition between these two worthy nominees, the award for Under 10 Metre Fisherman of the Year goes to Tristan Northway. Tristan has been fishing for the best part of 20 years. He started off landing boats when he was a boy and became a deck learner in his school holidays on a local beamer. Today, he owns a Della BM79, the smallest day hauler in the Brixham fleet, which he fishes single-handed. He now sells directly to the public and live hauls his catches on social media so his customers can see how their fish is caught. Our next award is the Young Fisherman of the Year. The finalists for the Young Fisherman of the Year award are representative of the future of the fishing industry. The nominees are Holly Irving and Steve Elwell. The Young Fisherman of the Year award goes to Steve Elwell. Steve Elwell started spending time with the Rye fishing community at the age of 11, despite having no family fishing background. He started fishing full-time at the age of 16. Eventually, he was lucky enough to buy his own vessel, the trawler netter Boy Luke B, at the age of just 21. He tells us that he's built up respect among the other fishermen in the small port of Rye, and with their help and wisdom, has managed to get where he is today. The next award is the Trainee Fisherman of the Year award, sponsored by Sunderland Marine Insurance. Here are the shortlisted nominees: Sam Burt and Sam Davison. And the winner of the Trainee Fisherman of the Year award is Sam Burt. Sam Burt is 17 years old and has been involved with the fishing industry since the age of 10. He has worked on his father's boats, KT Sam E10, and completed several trips on the dayboat trawler New Seeker. Sam has passed his Seafish skipper's ticket and now rigs all the nets for his boat and other local boats. He currently divides his time between fishing on the family boat, making gear, and helping out with processing in his parents' fish shop. Next up, we have our second brand new category for the Fishing News Awards 2021 with Product of the Year. After much debate, our expert panel whittled down all the nominees to just 3 products: the 3-barrel trawl winch from Thistle Marine, the SL1 LED searchlight from Luminel, and the compact gangway from MMG Welding. And our product of the year is the 3-barrel trawl winch from Thistle Marine. The latest design of Thistle Marine's 3-barrel trawl winch has incorporated new features in line with the latest safety procedures. To eliminate the risk of anyone accidentally coming into contact with either the wire or revolving drums, steel guard covers are fitted over each of the winch barrels. Other innovative features include a new design of split clutch and square-on shaft for ease of maintenance and replacement in the future, removing the need for a full strip-down. The next award is for the New Boat of the Year. 3 awards will be presented to the owners and builders of new Demersal, Pelagic and Shellfish vessels featuring innovative new ideas and technology. First up is the new Demersal Boat of the Year. The shortlisted nominees are Alscare K373, Georgina of Ladram BM100, Amethyst BF19, Crystal C SS118, Jacqueline Ann FR243, Ocean Challenge LK253, and the Reliance 3 BF800. And the winner is Georgina of Ladram BM100. The Brixham-based Georgina of Ladram has the distinction of being the biggest new beamer to be built for local owners and the first for 30 years. Completed by Loot BV in the Netherlands after the hull and superstructure were built at Ibis Shipyard, Bergen, Georgina of Ladram features an electrically driven and pneumatically controlled 10-drum winch. Next up, we have the new Pelagic Boat of the Year. Here are the nominees: Lunar Bow PD265 and the Resolute BF50. And our new Pelagic Boat of the Year is Lunar Bow PD265. The Peterhead-based diesel-electric drive, dual-purpose purse signer midwater trawler Lunar Bow features a totally new hull design in which the full-length boat deck is capped by a long forecastle deck to give increased freeboard and buoyancy forward when steaming into poor weather. Our last Boat of the Year category is Shellfish Boat of the Year. Let's take a look at the shortlist. Alcado BA77, Isabel PW64, Sharon Ann BH124, Shazlia SO672, and Osprey WK4. And the winner of the Shellfish Boat of the Year is Alcado BA77. The Kakubri-based dual-purpose beam scalloper Alcado features bespoke gear and catch handling systems and electric drive main winches operated through an advanced regenerative power management system. Scalloping activity is based around beams mounted at the base of the truncated A-frame main gantry amidships, outer hull tipping doors pivoted on top of the bulwarks that extend up to the level of the shelter deck, and side receiving hoppers and conveyors. Before we move on to the second half of this year's Fishing News Awards, we wanted to let you know that our safety partner for this year's awards is the Fishing Industry Safety Group, also known as FISG. The group's vision is zero preventable deaths and accidents on board fishing vessels in the UK. Last year, they launched Home and Dry, a campaign that connects and engages with fishermen on the issues of staying safe at sea. Recently, the campaign has focused on preventing man overboard incidents and encouraging people to remember 3 simple steps to reduce the risk of death from falling overboard. Watch this video to find out more.
My name's Clive Palfrey and I work for Seafood Cornwall Training as a safety advisor. We're here today to talk about risk and the risk of man overboard aboard your vessel. It's an MCA requirement that your vessel carries a current risk assessment. A good fisherman is assessing the risks on his vessel at all times. All we need to do is put these down on paper to create a risk assessment. The easiest place to start is safetyfolder.co.uk. You can sign up to that and create your own vessel folder. So once we've created a folder, we click on risk assessment and up come the different categories of different risks. So what we do then is we pick the one we want and then we fill in as we go. To help us learn how to recover a man overboard, there are these handy drill cards. You can find these on the Home and Dry website. So we can read these through with our crew, discuss the best method of man overboard recovery for our vessel, and then we could practice this so we perfect the art of man overboard recovery. So the first thing we do is once we've got it on over our shoulders, is we tighten up the buckle at the front. We're looking at a hand space between ourselves and the PFD. We then make sure the jacket is set back a bit on our shoulders, away from our neck, and then we tighten up the crutch strap. We need to keep this crutch strap as comfortably tight as possible. The crutch strap does 2 things. 1, it pulls the jacket away from our neck at the back, and 2, when the jacket is inflated and we're in the water, it will stop the life jacket from going up over our head.
Some very important messages in there. To celebrate being the safety partner of this year's awards, FISG are running a competition with Fishing News readers to win £250 towards the cost of safety equipment or training. Visit the Fishing News website to find out more. Now we move on to the shore-based categories, starting with the Fish Processor of the Year. Nominees for this award have shown evidence of the use of industry best practice, technological innovation, and excellence of service. Here are the nominees: Flatfish in Grimsby, Noble Brothers in Fraserburgh, and Soul of Discretion in Plymouth. And the winner is Soul of Discretion. Soul of Discretion started trading in May 2016 and sells to organic online delivery companies as well as independent farm shops and delis across the UK. The company was born of a desire to make it easier for the conscientious shopper to eat fish without that nagging doubt that they might be contributing to a depleted and damaged marine ecosystem. Next up is Independent Retailer of the Year, which had so many worthwhile nominations that our panel of judges had a hard time whittling them down. Here are the 5 they have chosen. By the Harbour in Stornoway, Donaldson's in Kings Lynn, Lime Bay Fish Shack in Dorset, World of Fish in Lowestoft, and Dorset Shellfish in Portland. This was a hotly contested category, but the public have voted Lime Bay Fish Shack in Dorset as their Independent Retailer of the Year. Lime Bay Fish Shack is run by husband and wife team Nigel and Corinne Burt, who started their business in 2012. The team has its own boat, KT Sam E10, run by Nigel and their son Sam, which works out of Lyme Regis. They pot for lobsters and crab, use static nets for Dover sole, plaice, etc., and rod and line for bass, pollock and cod. The next category is Service Company of the Year. Nominees in this category could range from fueling and icing companies to box provision, boatyards, chandleries, net makers, auctions and vessel agents. Let's have a look at this year's nominees. John Reed & Son, Thistle Marine, and Parkall Marine. And the winner of Service Company of the Year is John Reed & Son. John and Margaret Reed formed John A. Reed on Isla in 1972. By the late 1970s, the company had established itself in the manufacture and repair of fishing gear. 40 years later, the business now known as Reed Scallop Gear and Chandlery is still a family concern. John and Margaret were joined by their son Jonathan, who opened a new workshop in Brixham in 2007, which has full facilities for repair, renovation and manufacture of scallop gear. The Sustainability Award, sponsored by the Fishmongers Companies Fisheries Charitable Trust, recognises and rewards outstanding innovation and achievement towards improving sustainability and environmental responsibility within the UK fishing industry in 2020. Here are the nominees. Ramsey Bay King Scallop Fishery from the Manx Fish Producers Organisation. BatMap from the University of Aberdeen, Tara Marshall, the Scottish Fishermen's Organisation, Paul MacDonald, and Chore Data Limited, Eric Torgerson. SafetyNet Technologies, Scottish Inshore Fisheries Integrated Data System from the University of St Andrews. Having carefully assessed the entries, a highly experienced panel from within the industry has chosen the winner as BatMap. BatMap, or the By-Catch Avoidance Tool, was launched in June 2020. It combines catch reports with vessel position data, allowing skippers to generate maps of their vessel's data on demand. When an alert threshold catch value is exceeded, details of the location and volume of the catch are shared with participating skippers. This conveys the location of potential hotspots while preserving the anonymity of reporting vessels. We now move on to the Port of the Year Award. Let's see the shortlisted nominees. Fraserburgh, Newlyn, Eastbourne, and Lerwick. And the winner of the Port of the Year Award is Lerwick. The first whitefish to be landed into the new fish market at Lerwick in August 2020 marked a major milestone for all concerned. Featuring 4 temperature-controlled bays, the new market building marked the culmination of a far-sighted £30 million plus project to create a modern hub for the fishing industry that started over 10 years ago. We now move on to our final award of the evening, the Lifetime Achievement Award, sponsored by the Scottish Whitefish Producers Association. In what has proven to be an extremely tough year, our panel of judges felt that there should be 2 winners of the Lifetime Achievement Award, given to 2 individuals who, throughout their career, have been a true champion of UK or Irish commercial fishing. And the awards go to James Stephen and Jim Portis. James Stephen is a 5th-generation fisherman. who was brought up in the traditional fishing village of Bodham. His fishing career has spanned 5 decades and came to an end at the beginning of this year with his retirement. Increasingly aware of the growing challenges the fishing industry continued to experience in the 1990s, James Stephen became involved in the political side of fishing in 1996 when he became a branch member and later a director of the SWFPA. James served on the board of Fishing Into the Future for 3 years. He is currently a Technical Advisory Committee board member of Fisheries Innovation Scotland and also on the board of the Scottish Fishing Safety Group. Jim Portis, who has been Chief Executive of the Southwestern FPO for 3 decades before his imminent retirement this year, is a high-profile fisherman's leader and champion. During this time, he's not only carried out the demanding job of managing the SWPO, but has fought for their and other fishermen's interests on a wide range of issues. He was honoured at the QBH 2020 with an MBE for services to the fishing industry. Jim is also a dedicated fundraiser for the Fisherman's Mission. He has run no less than 23 London and other marathons to raise money for the charity, and more recently has organised the popular Fish Stock Seafood and Music event in Brixham. Congratulations to both Jim and James on their outstanding achievements. And so, as we come to the end of this year's awards, we would like to thank everyone who has been involved in the putting together of this event. Our sponsors, the people who nominated and voted for the entries, and the nominees themselves. We would also like to thank Skippinish for providing us with their tribute to the fishing industry with their song, The Last of the Hunters. We hope to see you all again next year, and in the meantime, stay safe.
Here's the health to the fishermen who plough the lonely sea and battle with the ocean when it's in their blood to be. Dear the fruitful bounty of the blind and savage foam, they are the last of the hunters and they're proudly sailing home. Away to the fishing ground against a flooding tide, hunters of the wild, now the last in our time. Through living gale and storm, they sail the Conistal Sea they roam. They're the heart of every harbour when the boats come sailing home. Sailing home, sailing home, the last of the hunters.